Okay, thanks for joining us. We're pleased to be joined by LTA's Rothesay International Eastbourne Tournament Director, Rebecca James. The tennis action begins at Devonshire Park this Saturday and runs through till finals day on June the 29th. It looks a hive of activity down there, Rebecca. Lots of hard work going on, and it's looking great. And dare I say, the weather forecast looks encouraging too. Another brilliant field of players for this for the 50th year. How much are you looking forward to this year's event?
I am really excited for another action-packed year in Eastbourne with some of the world's best players. As you mentioned, celebrating the 50th anniversary of international tennis in Eastbourne and the 150th of Devonshire Park itself. So as well as the thrilling tennis that we're all used to, some new features this year include extra prizes and giveaways for spectators linked to the 50th anniversary in what is a very special year. New on-site activities with mini tennis courts and swing ball for those who just can't wait to pick up a racket whilst they're on site with us. And a new fan zone in the town centre showing the live action from centre court here at Devonshire Park, more mini tennis courts and a photographic display with 50 photos for the 50 years of international tennis.
Great. That's a good idea for the screen in the town centre. It really gets the town involved. Which players should they be looking out for, the fans looking out for, and who are you most looking forward to seeing in action this year in Eastbourne?
Well, I mean, everybody is in for a treat this year. Again, I mean, on the women's field, we actually have 5 singles Grand Slam champions in the mix. The women's doubles, we have 8 Grand Slam doubles champions.
Oh, wow.
And on the men's side, we have around 14 Grand Slam doubles champions in the field. So a very high caliber of player. And on the wheelchair events that we have running Thursday, Friday and Saturday of the tournament, which now features the men's event alongside the women's and the quad events, we're looking forward to welcoming British players Alfie Hewitt and Gordon Reid, who are fresh off winning their 20th doubles Grand Slam title together at the French Open just a few weeks ago. So yeah, you won't know which way to look for all of the star-studded lineup we have across the courts here at Devonshire Park this year.
Yeah, no, I can vouch for that. The wheelchair tennis is well worth a watch, isn't it? There's some really great games there last year, I saw. And as far as the British players are concerned in the singles, Katie Boulter, Emma Raducanu and Jack Draper, who won his first ATP Tour title last week, they're in great form. And that's a huge bonus for I guess yourself as a tournament director and also the crowd, isn't it? It's really, really good.
It really is. I think I read that it's the first time in 53 years that a British woman and man have won a tour level event in the same week. So yeah, the success our British players are having at the moment is really exciting. You know, I know that they all love competing on home soil during this grass court season. The support that they get from the crowd, and you know, the crowd here in Eastbourne is very knowledgeable and loves their tennis. So you know, that home welcome they get when they step out on the courts here at Devonshire Park means a lot to them, massively, and I'm sure is really exciting for the crowd to see our top British players competing as well. And you know, there might be a few other players added to the mix later this week when the wildcards get confirmed as well.
We'll keep an eye on that. When are the wildcards going to be announced, Rebecca?
They will be confirmed on Friday afternoon for singles qualifying and main draw.
Great. We'll keep an eye. And unfortunately, what happened to Andy Murray yesterday at Queen's, there was a potential that he may play in Eastbourne, but I guess that's all just up in the air at the moment.
Yes, Andy did feature on the original acceptance list, but yes, I, like many people, obviously saw his retirement from his match yesterday at the Singles Championships at the Queen's Club. So, I mean, first and foremost, you know, obviously wishing him a full and speedy recovery, so that, you know, he can carry out his summer schedule as he would like to.
Yeah, fingers crossed for Andy Murray. And then back to Eastbourne, 50 years of tennis in Eastbourne, quite remarkable. And it has meant so much to the town and to so many people over the years. What has it meant for you personally, Rebecca?
So whilst it's my second year as tournament director of the Rothesay International, I first came to Devonshire Park to watch the tournament as a 7-year-old. So growing up in East Sussex, it was an annual feature for me coming to watch the tennis. So from my personal experience, I can, really relate to the impact that this tournament has on the local area, not just the town of Eastbourne, but county-wide as well. So when I reflect back on those memories, and it really was the highlight of my year just to come and watch the players, and it would always inspire me every year. I couldn't wait to get home and play tennis that evening. So actually now in my role, I can truly see the value of what we talk about of our grass court events being the shop window of our sport, and such a huge opportunity to inspire everybody to pick up a racket, really, being a game for life, and the benefits of the game. So yeah, I suppose that from that personal experience, I can see kind of the tangible effect of what it has, and what the LTA is trying to do in open tennis up and get more people playing the game.
Yeah, no, it's great, isn't it? It's so up close and personal there, and the younger fans can really get a feel for what it's all about. And it's I think it must have inspired so many people to play over the years. And just looking at the players that have visited, some of the greats of the game, Navratilova, Henin Harden, Djokovic, the Williams sisters. Who have been your favourite players over the years, and why?
So I guess, I've seen a number of different eras of players over the time, that whether I was coming here as a 7-year-old or, the time that, I've been working for the LTA. And ultimately, actually, what stays with me, and certainly when I look back to, growing up, what stayed with me really was actually seeing the live tennis, the live action. And the atmosphere, the charm of Devonshire Park, that whole experience of being here amongst it all, actually that memory stayed with me kind of much more than any particular player I saw. It was the whole effect of seeing that live sport, and the inspiration that gave me. But like you say, we've been blessed with the top stars over the years coming, and that is credit to the facilities that are here, the quality of the grass courts at Devonshire Park. And I'm sure we'll have many more champions in the future to come.
Great. And just looking ahead, Eastbourne will be a combined 250 event from next year. Can you give us a bit of insight as to why that happened, and what fans can expect from the Devonshire Park tournament going forward?
Yeah, so the LTA's 2025 calendar sees a women's 500 tournament return to Queen's for the first time since 1973. And across all of the tour level venues we now have, each venue will feature men's and women's tennis, which is great for kind of the parity of the sport of tennis, which has great equality amongst the top stars on the men's and women's side. And kicking off the grass court season at Queen's with the profile and exposure and attendance that tournament can have, really puts a splash into the start of the summer season of our grass court events. But the tournament at Nottingham and also the tournament at Eastbourne will, also feature men's and women's tennis, and are just as an important part of the calendar as well. The long history of the tournament here in Eastbourne goes a long way for the experience that the players have had over the years, and a lot will be the same. We'll have the same number of the same draw size. We'll have the same number of players, same number of matches, same facilities, that same atmosphere and charm I mentioned about Devonshire Park. And in fact, of the 5 Grand Slam champions, singles champions on the women's side that I mentioned, if this were a 250 this year, 4 of those 5 would be eligible to compete in the event. So, I think there is a lot to look forward to in 2025. For sure, there are still going to be some of the world's top tennis players coming here the week before Wimbledon to compete on some of the world's best grass courts. And, I'm really excited and looking forward to continuing to grow the event and kind of share that special feeling of being here at Devonshire Park, watching that live tennis action with as many people as possible.
Great. So there'll still be some really top level tennis for the fans to look forward to from next year onwards. Well, that's encouraging. And then back to this year. So obviously it's so busy for you and organising the players, the tournament as a whole. What are the main challenges for yourself as a tournament director?
The weather, probably. Which actually, being this close to the event and seeing the forecast that I have takes a level of stress away. That's for sure.
Yeah, you must be on the weather app constantly, I should think.
Multiple. So, of course, that is the biggest uncontrollable that, has a huge impact on the experience of everybody working and watching and playing in the event. But, ultimately, the team here, whether it be our partners at Eastbourne Borough Council, with the grounds team that work on the courts all year round, the event staff that come and help us deliver the event each year. It's an incredibly strong group of people that help deliver the event each year. And, huge credit to Danny Negus and the grounds team at Devonshire Park, because, that is the highlight of why people come here. So I think with their knowledge and experience and quality of work, it actually takes a lot of worry away from me.
Good. Yeah, no, it's looking great at the moment. And finally, I think it was Virginia Wade was the last British person to win at Eastbourne. Do you think we could finally have a British winner in the 50th year with like we mentioned, the former Jack Draper and Katie Boulter and potentially Raducanu as well?
Well, with the success the British players are having at the moment, it is certainly a possibility. And I'm sure kind of the crowd will be behind the British players to support them all week. What I have no doubt about, however, is the quality of tennis that we'll see on display throughout this week. And looking forward to some outstanding matchups on centre court throughout the week and crowning the worthy winners, whoever they may be.
Good answer. Yeah, thank you. Well, thanks, Rebecca. Really appreciate your time, and hope all goes well throughout the week. And you can follow all the action live on Sussex World website, where we'll be reporting from everything from Devonshire Park. But once again, thanks very much, Rebecca. Good luck.
Thank you.